That's why.
Right.
You got to multiply that by 3 or 4.
You have women that are like old and are virgins.
Huh?
Yeah,
but no, that's true.
That.
But in today's society, especially when we promote this sexually liberated, lifestyle, like usually women is out here exploring their bodies and the sexuality.
Would you be with a virgin?
Yeah, I would be with a virgin.
Would you be with a virgin?
Yeah.
Would you be with a virgin?
Yeah.
But she's not experienced.
No, the thing is she gonna be? Is she willing to?
No, she's not sucking any dick.
No. I'm saying once we get to that point.
Come on, man.
She's a virgin. She's scared. Oh my god.
No, she's a virgin. That means she hasn't done the sexual activity.
Or
that don't mean she's not willing.
She's not. Well, okay, no, virgin. Virgin. Like mentally, they're so pure. Like they're so pure to the T. They don't.
No, we also knew a virgin woman. She said she gives her man head because she.
That's not a virgin. I can't agree with that.
Well, it's not.
That is not a virgin. That is a sexual act.
And she never been penetrated.
That's still a virgin. Literally, she's never been penetrated.
No, her hymen is intact. She's not a virgin.
Welcome back to another episode of Daily Wrap Up Crew. No book of, I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. I'm here with the team. I just want to say that my heart felt like Eli Foot when I seen that Chloe Bailey sex scene. It used to go too far, man.
Okay. We're not even going to talk about that. We all know Chloe. We know who I called dibs on her. Like, everybody knows. Anyway, last but not least, we got Jew.
You can't walk up to her and try to holler. But, what it do? Daily Wrap Up Crew.co. Go and pick up the merch. Eli not wearing the shirt because his foot is hurt. But come on, man. I mean, have some respect for us.
Y'all not even making sense anymore.
Yeah, I'm saying, man. You're not making no sense like you're not wearing the merch.
Anyway, I'll do that.
About the snuff boy.
I ain't got the merch
video.
No, I'm joking. Anyway, man, we got some special guests in the building. Ladies, let them know where they can follow you at.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kazeesh. You can follow me at Instagram at Kazeesh. That's Kezeesh. And follow my business page, Kazeesh_LLC.
What's your real name?
Kadisha. Do you the last name?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm about to say that was unique.
Hey, everybody. My name is Dominique. You can follow me on Instagram, Crownskin, CROWNSKINN.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Madison. I have a podcast as well. It's called It's Madison's Avenue. It is spelled ITZ_Madison's_Avenue.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man, before we get into this first topic, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and join our YouTube membership, man, because we got a lot of perks over there. We got exclusive access. We got behind-the-scenes footage. We got different... Listen, man, we got live exclusive. Like, it's a lot of perks over there, man. Make sure y'all join the membership. Listen, before I get into this first topic, right, I just want y'all thoughts on this real quick, because today I was watching Murray, and obviously we know, Murray, you are not the father. That's pretty much what it's known for. But the episodes that I watch, right, when I did hear those words, you are not the father, we usually see the woman running off into the backstage. But I have yet to ever hear a woman apologize for putting that man in that situation. There's never no accountability. Have y'all ever seen a woman apologize for her, like, you know, not being or the lack of accountability of obviously accusing him of being a father? He's not the father. Like,
well, I've never been in that situation.
But I'm saying, when watching the show, have you ever seen an episode where a woman is accountable for?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, have you ever seen that?
Of course not, bro.
Why? What do y'all think that is? Like, obviously, they bring the man on the show.
I think that they do that because it's catchy. You know, they want the audience to see that the cameraman running. You know, because he's hitting the light feet, going through the whole.
Yeah,
that's what they're attracted.
Exercising.
He has a great, I guess, stamina because the way he runs through there with them.
Right. He be on point too. Like,
there might be a one-off situation where she might have ran behind him and like going to like the dressing room.
Ain't no way.
Yeah. So, like I said, obviously, when the man is, you know, the father, he has to be held accountable. And I just find it so crazy that, you know, these women will get on national television, accuse a man of something, and then when he's not the father, instead of him being like, you know what, I apologize, you know what, I gotta find the father, whoever the father, they don't know the father.
You know what? It was one person. I was about to say, Marisol?
I don't
The one
remember
that-
the name,
Mm.
but I
remember the
remember
Because she had like 11
yeah,
episodes.
exactly.
Damn.
And
Oh,
they
damn.
tested wild men, and she just kept.
Yes,
Yes.
and Maury
Damn.
made her be accountable. So
Yep.
he literally like took her hand and was like, "Listen, all of that stuff you said about him, let's go." And he took her to the guy and made her apologize. So I never see like a woman doing it on her own,
Mm.
but Maury definitely helped this particular woman, being that she had been there so many different times.
A lot of it, I feel like, is just embarrassment. You know,
Yeah.
like women are very emotional, and I feel like men can hide like. Oh, I don't feel no type of way. But with a woman, it's just like, oh my God, there's so much shame. And then there is slut shame. Can I say slut shame? Okay,
Sure.
slut shame going on. Like this one is not the daddy, then that one is not the daddy. It's like it's embarrassing on national
I was
TV.
just about to
so.
say, you know the humility it takes to go on that show 11
Right,
times.
Right,
Like
right.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 11
times.
And be wrong.
But that
Like,
means 11 niggas killed in that month. So that's the bigger part of it.
Raw.
That's the
Raw at
point.
that.
Raw.
Raw at
Raw
that.
doggy dog
Raw.
in
Here
the
we
month.
go.
'Cause you got
You said
that.
the key word.
You got the time.
Unprotected
But
sex.
there's
Yeah.
one woman I think be holding other women accountable. I don't know if y'all guys watch Paternity Court. And
Yes.
she,
Yes.
she
I
definitely
love
let
her.
the ladies
Mhm.
acknowledge, like, yo, you know, you're embarrassing this man or whatever the case may be. And then even when the dudes is acting a fool, she put them in a place too. So I think she's
Yeah.
kind of a fair woman, you know, to follow.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So there was a point that I wanted to make early because y'all had said something that kind of provoked something I was going to say, but can't remember. Let me get into this first topic, right? Because it was something I said and I couldn't remember. It was the point that I wanted to bring, but I can't
So
remember.
why you bring it up?
Because I thought it was going.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to jog in my
No,
head.
I remember you said something about like women taking accountability.
Oh,
How
I
would they
remember.
actually
I
tell?
remember now.
Yeah.
I would love to see the stats
Uh-huh.
of the "You Not the Father" compared to "You Are the Father." Like with all the
Oh,
episodes that he
yeah.
has,
Wow,
I would love to see
that'd
the
be
percentage,
interesting.
like you know what I mean, of how many men work
It
the
gotta be
father.
like 95.5.
definitely more.
Like,
I remember I had a
95.5?
conversation with a guy who said when men got to pay child support and they found out they're not the father of that child and they paid all them years, the woman should be held accountable for paying him back.
Send her ass to jail.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said
I
that.
think-
Actually
I
said
think that's fair.
the jail is-
Retroactively
Yes,
pay that man
absolutely.
back.
Or she should be giving him a monthly stipend until she
No,
you know,
send
she
her
out
ass to
there,
jail.
man.
No,
Not
good.
jail.
the guy literally
God.
said send
No,
the ass to
because men
jail.
gotta go to jail if they not paying.
Well, that's
so
true.
her,
Exactly.
her
That's what
ass
he
gotta go
said.
to
He
jail.
said that.
Right, so you
Yeah.
gotta give her the chance to pay, and then she don't pay, then she go to jail.
Jail.
Yeah.
This
And
guy.
not even not like to switch it off, but even like in rape situation where they accuse the guy of rape and he get found not guilty,
Mhm.
she should be going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Agreed.
I don't
Exactly.
play with that. I feel like women, like, because they know the type, like, for example, like America is a woman country. So we all know that.
Mhm.
And I feel like they abuse it. And that is just so not right.
Yeah.
Because I always look at things like, not because I'm a woman, I'm like, what goes for the goose goes for the gander.
Exactly.
So at the end of the
Right,
day,
too.
I have a brother, I have a dad, you know, I
Mhm.
don't have a son, I have a daughter. Shout out to my baby.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, like, if it were my brother, I'm gonna go crazy because,
Right.
like, for you to accuse someone of, you know, raping you, that's really that never goes away, even if you're not even guilty.
Mhm.
Because
Right.
if you walk into a
It's
room,
gonna always
that's the
follow you.
dude that was accused of.
Right.
Like,
Blah,
it
blah,
never
blah, yeah.
goes
It
away.
never
It's
goes
a
away.
stain,
It's
and
right.
I don't like
Yeah.
that, and I don't like when women play the I've heard females say, well, I'll just say he raped me, or I'll just say he took it with. I'm like, you can't. What?
Yeah, that's
Horrible.
disgusting.
How?
Yeah,
How?
that's
How?
disgusting.
That's
It's
crazy.
horrible.
That's disgusting.
Like,
Yeah.
why would you do
And you
that?
know, as black men, they're already born with 3 strikes against them.
Right.
So to label them as that is
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And to bring it back to the last topic about
Maury?
not being a father, when I had my daughter, I had to sign a waiver basically saying that I legally am stating that there's no other possible fathers. So I don't know about in like other places, but here in New York, I had to actually sign a waiver saying that I am attesting that there's no other possible fathers, and there's an opportunity for the man to get the test done right there at the hospital free before he actually signs it.
Where that's
So,
at? That's normal.
That was
Huh?
a new. What I said?
I mean,
At the hospital?
Yes, I gave birth to my oldest in 2009, and I had to sign a waiver like
Here?
the
That's what I'm
What's
saying.
that?
I don't remember
yes
doing that.
at Roosevelt Hospital in Harlem. I signed a waiver
Shout out to
in
Harlem.
which
I know why I'm having my first
had
baby.
to- in which while the father is signing the paperwork to name the child and stuff, I had to actually sign a waiver that stated that I agreed that there's no other possible fathers, and that if there was to find there are another possible father, that I would be liable legally.
They should do that in all hospitals because
Oh,
I
Yeah.
know women that be putting the man
Through
name
hell.
down. No, name down on the birth certificate.
No,
Mhm.
they don't do that no more.
Yeah, they
they do.
recently
Yeah,
did
they
it like
They
2,
still do
3
that?
years ago.
Really?
My cousin
They
was
still do that.
a victim of that. He didn't make it there, but he was saying, like, how could she do that without my own physical signature? And they allowed that to happen.
Let alone giving a wrong address or whatever
Yep,
the case
exactly.
may be, you're
And
still
then when she
liable.
wanted to go to court for him, because his name was down and he never signed, but he was able to fight it. But it's just the principle of that your hospital was able to do that.
Well, he
Not
didn't
every
sign
hospital
it.
When I
does
had
that.
another
so-
baby in 2017, they asked the father for his license. So they don't just let any like I can't have
I think it's different hospital
my
rules.
cousin come in and say, oh, you're so and so, write the name down. Like they ask you for your license to verify that you're
I
you
think
are
each hospital
who
got
you
their
say
own
they
rules.
are. You know, so I don't know. But
If we
crazy.
just put it into the program where, you know, you have to take mandatory DNA tests, you know,
Yes.
men are, whether they signing these papers or not, some of them really believe they're the father.
Right.
And we just heard the percentage, I can't remember, of how many men, you know, are fathers to children and find out that it's not. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it should just be mandatory so we don't have to go through that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both
I
sides.
agree.
And protect the man and the woman.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. I
Yeah.
agree.
So let me get to this next topic. Can women be players too? I know you had that down. What made you think about that topic?
Correlate.
Basically, because everybody's singing that song, and I'm
Mm.
just like, the lyrics are very detailed, like
Mhm.
basically how how a man would deliver that song, and so I'm divorced. You know, I've been like over 2 years or whatever, so like I'm in the dating scene now. Let's not get into that.
I'm very surprised.
About
by
to
that,
say
like,
you a
yeah.
player?
Yes, I was divorced, you know, and all that. But my what is y'all definition of a player though? Like, what do you think a player is as a man?
I think somebody who's just blatantly just misleading or misleading a person, or has a list of potential candidates that they know they're not going to take seriously, and they just misleading them, like, you know what I mean?
Right, and having sexual intercourse
That's
with
that's
every-
But we do
incorrect.
got the resident player in the building.
That's
like,
not a
I'm
player. A
talking about.
player is a person that keeps it real with a real player is a person that
Mhm.
keeps it real with you and have multiple options with you, knowing me
And
having
I
multiple
I don't
options.
agree with that.
That's a
because
respect-
that's how
'cause that-
the
I
don't
Mac
think
gave
that's-
it up.
No,
he was real.
Yeah, a player.
And he
A
had
player.
multiple women.
A player. Now, a nigga that's doing all that up, what you define, that's a
Fuck
dickhead
nigga,
or
yeah.
a fuck
Yeah,
nigga or a
fuck
fuck
nigga.
boy.
I don't
You know
really
what I'm
think
saying?
so.
So
Yeah, I
a
don't know
player
how
is a
players
person
being-
that's
person being
playing the
honest.
game that you know that the game is
Game is
being
played.
played.
Yeah.
That's why they say two can play that game.
Mhm.
So you
Well,
know,
that's when you
know what
find
the game
out
is
that
for.
he's playing though.
No,
No.
there's dudes out here that's telling you like, oh, I'm keeping my options open. It's cool. Let's
I
date.
don't
Let's
think
date.
that's
a player.
playing,
That's somebody
though.
that's being honest.
Yeah, I
when
feel like
being
that's being
honest being
open.
synonymous with being a player.
But
though.
Because you're doing
that's
it with
what makes
But
multiple
he's
women.
saying it in the back in the day terms. Think about what he just said. He's being honest about it. But he has multiple women. That's what a player was. When you look at the Mac and all those movies,
Mhm.
the pimp walk and all that, those is what guys did. They were players.
Well, I personally feel like a player in today's society is somebody that, like, first of all, nobody wants to date with intent these days. So everybody thinks it's cool to not settle down. It's
Mhm.
not. It's cool to like have multiple women and not try to be open with them, saying like, "Hey, I'm dating around. I'm seeing this person, or I'm just not ready for all that." A player is knowing that you're having sex with this person, you're having sex with that person, you're having sex with that person, and you're telling all of them like, no, it's just you. Like, no, I'm good. I
That's a
feel like that's a
fuckboy.
player.
Yeah, that's a fuckboy.
That's a new term, but for
Yeah.
me, I feel like that's a player.
And she's saying she based it off the generation that we are now living in, because things change with generation, so our terms are changing too.
Yeah, I can't consider myself a player if I'm manipulating or taking something from a woman or
Then what would
That's
you
not-
consider
listen,
yourself?
a
Listen.
fuckboy.
According to
Mhm.
Urban Dictionary, it says a player, usually male, who plays with a woman's emotion until he gets them to have feelings for
Yeah,
him,
that's
and then
Urban
ends the
Dictionary.
relationship the second they usually do.
Urban
Yeah,
Dictionary.
but
I mean,
look,
I'm
look.
just saying that's what that. I'm not
Okay,
saying
but
it's true or
even
not, I'm
with
just saying.
even with that being said, right? I can make you like me. That don't mean I didn't tell you I'm fucking other women or dealing with other women.
That's a fact.
That I'm still
That's
keeping
true.
it player.
I
You
think,
get what I'm saying?
I think it's easy for someone to lie and have multiple people because
Mm.
if that person is thinking that that's the only one, obviously they're gonna be
You know
around.
what?
But to tell a person that you got options and they still there, that makes you the real player in the game. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying.
That's a
It
good
depends
point.
on the type of person you actually dealing with. Because for me, when I started dating my boyfriend, he was very honest, and I wanted somebody to be honest with me because it gave me the choice to say whether I wanted to do this or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some females may not be able to take in that because they're so emotional with the situation.
True.
Me personally, be honest with me because I'm gonna be honest with you too, and I want you to be able to take my honesty just as much as I'm able to take yours. So if you telling me when I started dealing with him, oh, you know, I do talk to such and such. I'm not looking for such and such right now. You know, I'm just, you know, doing my thing. Cool. As we gravitate towards being around each other more and things start getting a little bit more serious, then the respect level comes. But one thing I can say was he was honest in the beginning. He was dealing with multiple women.
But I don't
So I
think I would
respect that.
define that as a player, though.
So,
No,
when,
I said-
so when we say girls are player too, are women? If we're using that same context, are women
Yeah.
telling other men, "Yeah, I got
No,
a lot of niggas."
I
that's-
feel like if I'm dating someone, okay, I feel like if I'm entertaining a guy, I give this guy my number, but I already was texting somebody else. We haven't done anything sexually. We haven't gone on dates. I'm entertaining this guy. I meet someone. I'm entertaining that guy. I don't have to tell either or like, hey, I got some. It's not serious. But if I'm intimate with one guy and then I'm gonna be intimate with the other guy, and then I'm gonna let one think like you're the one I'm pursuing, and that's playing. Like it's not like that's people's real emotions like you're playing with. At the end of the day, like women can be players too because all they do nowadays is like they want to be with men for what they can get. So if it's money, if it's the trips, if it's the Birkin, they're going to play that game to make that man feel like, oh, you're the only one and you're this and you're that. But they have this man that gives them that man that gives them that, this man. You can't tell the man that's spending $100,000 on you for the year or every month that you're fucking a little nigga down the street.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a wrap. So you got to play the game. So women can be players too. Men do it as well because a man can say he likes, okay, trophy girl, hood girl, trophy girl, everything. She has her business. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's intelligent. Hood girl, sloppiest sex ever. He don't want to lose the trophy girl. He want to keep her there for when he's done with that girl. It's playing the game. He's playing a game, but the hood girl's gonna get feelings and trophy girl gonna get feelings, and then somebody else might come into the picture. He's playing a game. That's my definition of a player. Not somebody that's saying, oh, hey, you know what? I'm talking to somebody, but it's not that serious. That's just you being open and honest because we're adults.
Yeah,
That's
that's
being
just
open
dating,
and honest.
period.
That's dating, right?
Yeah, that's
but if you're
dating.
dating with intent, when I'm dating with intent currently, so when I meet somebody and they're like, hey, what's up, shorty? You cute. But first of all, I don't say it like that, but I put it on the table. I said, listen, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm not doing.
Yep.
This is boundaries. You have to operate within the parameter of this boundary. If you choose not to, you could go. I don't care. Don't come into my life and tell me like, yeah, no, I'm looking
So
for
is that all
something
for rip?
serious.
Like, he like, hey, hi, I'm Eli. Like, nice to meet you.
Not right.
First of all, I'm dating with intentions. If you ain't got this,
I don't think it's off the rip, but I think
like-
that's a conversation.
I mean, it's a
topic.
conversation on the during conversation, whether we're gonna FaceTime or text or whatever. But I'm gonna be open. I don't want to waste time. I'm 31 years old. I've been married or whatever the case is, so I know what I want. So if somebody feels like, you know what, I want to, oh, she's gorgeous or she's this, she's that, that's not enough for me. Don't trophy wife me. Be like, date with intent. If you're not ready, that's fine, and I'm okay with that. Don't fill my ears with sweet nothing. I can decipher when you're being honest and when you're lying.
Right.
I know. So don't, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not a player, but if I wanted to, I could.
So Ju, like, what's your rebuttal towards that? Like,
What
she said about the whole analogy she made.
I mean, I could hear. I don't think. See, and it's a double standard, but being a player for a woman is never going to be beneficial. Like she can get all the glamorous or the jewelry or the gifts or whatever the case may be, but I don't really see a woman player. I mean, besides Kim K and like that, but these celebrities. I'm talking about these average woman player. You just getting ran through and passed up. You get what I'm
goes
saying?
for the goose goes for the gander. If a celebrity can be called a player, then a regular person can do it.
I mean, you can think it, but are these regular women players really? I don't know.
What
I
are
don't know.
regular women? Instagram models?
Aren't they? They're not
Right.
They're regular, right?
Right, and then there's the average lady that walks on the street. If there's a lady right
But
now,
what I'm saying, you looking at these Instagram models, are they getting married and the whole
Right.
package at the end of the day?
no, but that's about playing the game. They chose
But
that.
you really lose the game because you at the end of the day, you're gonna be sad and
But a
lonely.
man can lose too, because at the end of the day,
A man could still always give the access to marriage by offering a woman hand, right?
But
He can go to
question,
the next woman, right?
Let me ask you this: are they really losing if they don't want that for themselves?
How many women don't want to get
We
married?
don't know that.
I don't know
though.
if I
We
wanna
only
get married
around a certain
again.
amount of we around a certain amount of people that we know like that. But are we broadening our horizons to say, do we know like this is exactly what
Well,
we
I mean,
want?
Right.
if that's the game you play, then happy. But I'm saying, in majority, most women want to get married.
And I
Most
would
women want that companion partner to be with.
and I would agree with him because look at the celebrities now that are reversing their plastic surgeries. Don't for 1 minute think that it's because that's what they want to do. They're realizing that whole player mindset that I'm going to use men and I'm going to do what I can do is not working for them, and they're lonely and they're getting older and they're realizing like dudes are not going to wife you. They're not going to take you seriously
Mhm.
right.
under those circumstances. So yes,
Right.
it was beneficial at a period of time in life
Mhm.
when it was beneficial, but now that you're getting older
Mhm.
and you're actually seeing like what's really important in life, and men are actually having more of a voice and they're actually speaking up about what they like and what they do not like and what they will not tolerate and having boundaries,
Right.
they are switching up. Or look at Black China and look at
K. Michelle.
Kim K,
Amber
all of
Rose.
them.
But I feel like
Amber
the question
Rose, all
was
of
just
them.
more like, can women be players too? So in
To
a
a certain
nutshell,
extent,
yeah,
what you're
I
saying.
think so.
You can
Yeah.
agree.
Y'all listening to
but
all
they're
these?
not beneficial.
They
But it's not
listen to all
beneficial.
these songs, but most of those women that singing all these songs
Got
about
a
niggas
man.
tricking
Yeah.
Married
Married.
men.
are married and
Yeah.
doing whatever they man say at home. So
Oh,
y'all
okay,
keep
but
listening to
yes.
it.
For
Let me
real.
tell you, I learned that Sukiyana, whatever you say her name is,
Mhm.
she's married with children. Did not know that.
Suki?
Yes, she
Somebody
spoke about
wife
it.
that?
Wasn't she just messing with that dude from
She said my
yeah.
husband, but she said it. And I'm like, are y'all serious? And then my friend sent me a whole thing on her and she was talking about it. But I could have sworn this girl was a
Can't
whole
imagine
fucking
a
porn
man
star.
wifing her with
I'm
that.
not even gonna lie to you. I thought
Oh.
she was like some freak lady.
I get what you're saying, but she ain't a good example to be talking
No,
about.
I'm just
No.
I never said she was an
Nah, yeah, I get what
example.
you're saying. Yeah.
But I was just like, this
Yeah, I
is
didn't know she
weird.
was. I didn't know she was married either. I know she had a man or whatever
Yeah.
they call. I didn't know she was married. I didn't know they was married.
Yeah.
let me-
There's
Allegedly.
somebody out there for everyone, so I don't judge.
Right.
It's true.
So yeah, like I said, I think women obviously can be players too. I mean, they might be able to play the game sometimes. Like I said, depending on what you want to get out of it. Like if you're just playing.
So
to,
would you value a woman that you feel like she doesn't value her pussy?
no, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what.
Because that's
they
the
value.
first thing I'm thinking. Because
Yeah.
you want to be playing too. I'm thinking you getting fucked.
Yeah, but what is the purpose of a man being a player to get as much pussy as possible, right?
But women don't care about that.
Do you
No,
know
I'm
there's
just- I'm
women
just
out there that I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, no.
There are women out there who can have a whole lifestyle of the lifestyle and not have sex with multiple men.
Mhm.
That's true too. But I think when you give,
It's dangerous.
if you give multiple
It's very
men,
dangerous.
attention, you kind of, and I would say it's probably a part of the male ego, but no man wants somebody that she's willing to give everybody a shot. You
That
get what I'm
is
saying?
true.
I want to feel special to, saying, I'm not saying you can't be with nobody in your life or not have a past, whatever the case may be. I'm just saying,
You
if
don't
your
wanna know
shit,
about it.
yeah, if you fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and you
Right.
just open with it, then I'm like, nah.
Do you know
I'm
that
good.
there are women who feel the same way as well? Because I like my man exclusive. I don't want no girl coming up to me saying, oh, he used to talk to such and such, and you. That's such a turn off for women as well.
But usually a lot of women would also feel like they can be like, oh, well, he's mine now.
Okay, but
Where
then,
a man won't
but he
say
used
that.
to be for Sandra, Chantel,
And they
Alicia.
still say, well, he's mine now, B, blah, 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 get out my face.
I think women are usually much more, which is why they don't have this conversation about body count. You always hear men talk about body count because that's something that we value. Women don't really care about a man's body count. They would prefer I'm talking about most women. I understand you might be different, but most women don't prefer that. Actually, they want a man to be experienced, and usually that experience comes with him having multiple
And
partners.
I got proof that
Yeah.
women even understands about the body count, because when you ask most women what's their body count, they wouldn't say. So you don't want to say because that man is going to look at you
Not the real
a
number.
certain type of way.
Mhm.
A man, you ask him, he'll say it, or he, regardless.
I don't think
Because
a man
men
gonna say it
slut
'cause they
shame a
don't
lot
remember
at
their
the
numbers.
end of the day. So
I never knew a guy who remember their number this day.
Yeah, I
man.
don't.
I wouldn't
I don't
want a
know,
man
bro, I ain't
who
gonna lie.
Remember they
don't
But
have
we
enough.
wouldn't get
Yeah,
we
remember
wouldn't,
they
we
never
wouldn't, we
body
wouldn't give a
count.
we wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But women off the rip, whether they know it or not, they be like, no, why does it matter? Or
Listen,
whatever
if
the
you
case may be,
tell
they're
a
not
man
interested.
you had sex with 2 guys, they're looking at you crazy already.
Yeah, you lying.
Because y'all
yeah,
are
of
very
course.
emotional and like,
It's not emotional.
how
Niggas,
dare
you're lying,
you
like,
give
come
up
on,
man.
my vagina?
No.
I
The
just
reason-
discussed it the other day. A lot of guys say they don't want to know. They don't care to know.
Yeah, I don't
want to know.
nothing.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
if
saying.
you say 2, I'm looking at you crazy because I know you're lying. That's why.
You gotta multiply that by 3 or
You
4.
do have women that are like old and are virgins.
Huh?
You
Yeah,
have
but
women that
no,
are
he don't
that's
want
true.
that.
But in today's
He
society,
don't-
especially when we
Right.
promote this sexually liberated, lifestyle, like usually women is out here exploring their bodies and the
Would
sexuality.
you be with a virgin?
Yeah, I would be with a virgin.
Would you be with a virgin?
Yeah.
Would you be with a virgin?
Yeah.
But she's not experienced.
No, the thing is she gonna be? Is she willing to?
No,
do
she's not
things?
sucking your dick. 'Cause she
No.
don't
I'm
do
saying once
No.
we get to that
What you mean
point.
she not? Come on, man.
We-
She's
Once-
a virgin. She's scared. Oh my god.
No, she's a virgin. That means she hasn't done the sexual
Yeah.
activity. That don't mean
That
she's
mean
not
that she not
willing. Like, you know what I'm
willing.
saying?
Like,
She's not. Well, okay, no, virgin. You know, virgin. Like mentally, they're so pure. Like they're so pure to the T. They don't.
No,
even,
we also
like,
knew a virgin woman. She said she gives her man head because she.
That's not a
don't have to-
virgin.
She's
I
not
can't
a
agree with
virgin
that.
if she
Well, it's not.
That's not
That
a
is not a.
virgin?
That is a
It's
sexual
sexual.
act.
It's sexual act.
And she never
Nah,
been
but that's
penetrated.
Not, that's still a virgin.
Yeah.
Literally, she's never been
What's-
penetrated.
No,
She
her
still has
hymen
a
is intact. She's not a virgin.
a
No,
virgin.
no.
She's not a
That dick has never been in her vagina. She's a virgin.
No, you
Your
suck
mouth
a
is-
dick.
your
No,
mouth is-
you're not a
I've heard
virgin.
multiple women say they use their mouth more than they use their coochie.
That's not a virgin.
Or their
That is
ass.
a band-aid. That is a band-aid to cover up.
Or their
That's crazy.
Like I wouldn't have thought. I figured any
So
type
you
of
would prefer
penetration-
somebody over there? You was like, oh, I'm a virgin, but then she been sucking everybody's dick?
Well, the one that's fucking everybody sucking everybody's dick too. So
No,
I mean,
no,
yeah, come on.
no.
Listen, I think I
So you
think
think every girl
Sucking
that
dick.
fucked somebody sucked their dick
That's
too?
what I'm
No,
saying.
no.
I ain't saying that.
I'm not
'cause I
saying
was
that.
about
I'm
to
just
say
saying
that.
like whether or not you using your pussy hole or your mouth or whatever the case
Mm-hmm.
may be, you using it. You get what I'm saying?
And
Like
still
So you're not
Yeah.
considered
Yeah.
a virgin
Still
if you are
outside.
sucking. If you're
that's
doing
yo.
little
Let us know in the
shit.
comments, man, because I don't know. I'm about to put a poll up. But I think in general, just before we move on to the next topic, just when I think a player, somebody like you said, is just playing the game. So whether it's men playing the game as far as trying to get as much, sexual access to as many different women as possible, and women is playing the game, whether it works in their favor or not, they playing the game to get the resources from men, whether it's money, trips, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm
Bills
saying? So I
paid.
think women
I
are very
definitely
much
got some
capable.
sneakers from hand. You know what I'm saying? Got my bills paid too. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Play the game.
Listen, let me get to this next topic. Does dating get easier or harder as you get older?
Harder.
Why you think that?
From my experience, it gets harder because I feel like as I've gotten older, my expectations are different. And I'm looking for something different than when I was younger. The things that
Are they higher or lower than they was when you were younger?
I would say they're higher, they're more intentional. Like I'm looking at things that are not necessarily visible.
Okay.
Versus when I was younger, like certain things didn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me if a guy didn't have a job or if he didn't go to because I wasn't thinking about that. I was more thinking about in the moment when I had less to really consider. But as I've gotten older, I'm into more substantial qualities. So it makes it harder because you might like, one or two things about a person, but they might be lacking in something that I consider very important. And so therefore we could be friends, but we wouldn't be able to, have anything
Or build.
serious or to move forward with the friendship, so
Right.
to speak. So it's definitely harder.
I don't think it's harder.
You think it's easier?
It's not easier, no harder.
It's the same.
It's not. Because it's not the same. Let me explain.
Man, it's nothing. It's
Oh,
not easier. It's not harder. It's not the
like-
same. Like
It's right here.
How many? Okay, let me not even ask that question. Okay, I can speak from it's subjective at this point, right? Because
Okay.
this is how I feel. This is how I view it.
Yeah.
As a grown woman, and then you entertain somebody that's there's like they're not the same age as you, but mentally like oh my gosh, like you guys connect. They're smart, they're intelligent, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like it's harder because there are people that are young that want the same thing that you might want in their current age. So I feel like mentally, if that person is mature enough, they can match up to me. It's hard for me to date somebody that's younger though, but I'm just saying if your paths align, the age is just that's the only gap. Like that's the only thing. But as far as like, oh, because I'm in my 30s and you're in your 20s mean that we want two different things. It may not be that's the case for me. I look at the mental and where are you in your life? Because there's a lot of 20-year-old men that are winning right now. Like they have their house already. They're in good, they're entrepreneurs. They're making 6, 7, 8 figures. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where are you? And like, how do you even carry a conversation? It's the simple things for me. So I would, in the beginning, I would say like, yeah, there is that issue of, I'm older now and these young men and these men don't know what they want. But from what I've been experiencing, I just feel like it's just the mental at this point. I don't really think that's what it is.
I think men know what they want. I haven't had that experience. I'm a little older than you.
Okay.
So I think men know what they want very, very much so. I don't think it's that. I think the reason why it's a little harder is because you want, like, for me, I'm not interested in seeing multiple people. Like I don't have the time, I don't have the patience.
Right.
I want to like really be into a person, and so in order to do that, you're gonna come into contact with people who you need to kind of vet and kind of see like where their mindset is, where they are, what they're actually looking for. If I meet a guy and he tells me like I don't want to be serious, I respect that, and we're gonna be friends.
Right.
Like you know what I mean. I'm not gonna try to push back on it. I'm not gonna try to prove you to pick me. None of that. You know what I mean. So as that goes on, you meet a lot of people. Like there's a lot of suitors. However, you weed people out, and you really want to have someone who you look forward to seeing. You want to spend time with. You don't want to just have multiple people who you're wasting time with. Oh, I'm gonna hang out with you this day,
Right.
that day. I'm gonna do a random text. Text messages. You really want to have.
But that
somebody
could be at any age, though. That could be at
right. But I
age.
feel like when you're younger, I didn't have the same values, so to speak.
And I think that even when we were younger, we didn't have all the shit we have right now.
Right.
Social media and none of that. It was like little hit and misses like MySpace and
we
shit
had
like
social
that.
media,
But it wasn't
don't
like
drag it.
I think it wasn't as
High
fun.
five.
exactly.
It's not as competitive as it is
Facebook been
now.
around.
These kids actually live for this shit right now. We didn't have to live for it. We walked to places. Remember, we had teen parties. When the last time you were at a teen party?
Right, yeah.
When the last time somebody dubbed it on in a club? Like,
Right?
yeah.
So I get what you're saying, but I think that what we're going through now is not the same as it was before.
Yeah.
Like we had
social media.
We
wasn't
had
on
to
your
go
phone,
out
but-
and
I think
fish for
social
ourselves, like,
media
when it came to
is
that.
what's messing it up at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Social media has a lot.
There's another thing too, though. It doesn't. That plays a part, but
Right.
y'all got to understand too. Like women with so as women get older,
Right.
their value is not as much. As men mature and get older, they get money. They have more of the pick of the litter. You get what I'm saying? So
yes, that's
women now some women have babies, which
Mhm.
with a successful dude, he's not trying to be with a woman that has a child because that might be a
Right.
setback for him. So
Right.
it plays a part and it's different. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
Well,
think
what's
it's
your-
all subjective because I have a child already, and whomever my actual person will be, I would prefer them to have a child already.
Okay.
But if my younger self would be like, no, he has to come clean, no kids, no this, no now. Come if you have a child, perfect, because I don't want no more. And right, and then like if you've been married before, okay, let's see on what terms it ended. But at the end of the day, like everything does, like the little things that we looked back at and be like, this person had to be this, had to be that. I look at myself and I'm looking at my older self like, what is wrong with you? Like
Right.
that wasn't
Right.
even.
And-
look at that now.
And
like,
what I'm attracted to has changed totally. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real, but-
and I like a lot of times as a younger woman, we entertained dudes we knew
But
we
that's
wasn't really
that's when
feeling
y'all. But
him,
that's when
we
y'all have the
wasn't
power, though.
Right, exactly.
And y'all, I mean,
exactly.
I would say some women will use poor choice after that,
Right.
with
right,
that power.
absolutely.
But you live and you learn.
Question. You said that you wouldn't date a guy if he had children. Like
I
if he
would
didn't.
prefer.
You prefer? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was gonna say, what if you vibe with somebody that didn't have kids?
That's what I'm saying. I have deleted the list. I no longer have a list. There is no list.
Mm.
Dating my type is not working for me. So how am I insane to keep doing the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, delete that list. And I would encourage everyone to delete that list. Obviously, have boundaries and standards and things that you're not going to settle for.
Right.
But he got to be 6, he got to be that, he got to be... All my followers know, like, I remember posting in the beginning of the year saying, I'm going to delete my list. My man no longer needs to be 6 something. He no longer has to be dark skinned, even though I prefer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the little things now, because when you connect with someone, no matter how their age, well, obviously you don't want minors, but like the little gap, because people look at me and they think I'm 20 something. No, I'm not. But if we connect here and you can stimulate and we can have a conversation and you're going places and you don't have to now, like, oh, my man got to have his own house, but at least you have your apartment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, delete that list, because it will hinder you from meeting your person. Don't let social media come in and be like, all these pretty videos that you seen people posting, and then it makes people depressed thinking that you can't find a man. No, sis, that man probably knocked at your door already, but you chose not to because he did not match what was on the list.
Who do you think got this list? Men or women?
Women. I could take accountability for that. I had a long list.
I don't think I say I had a list. She could vouch for that. I've never really had a list because I've dated. I've had preferences, but everybody gets a chance. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because if I connect with you and we vibe, then
equal opportunity dating.
And that's good.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and you know, I know for me what certain things may work, you know, what may not work for me as I get to know you though. Right. But I'm not gonna just shun you away because it didn't work at that moment. I mean, because I didn't like you at that moment because you didn't have what she said, the 6 feet, the dark skin, the third, the financial. Nah, you know, I've always dated outside of the average box. So when people see me with somebody, they be like, oh, you with him? Okay.
and I don't shun. I'm not saying I shun them. But now, you know,
like I connect with people differently. Like, you know, I don't know, maybe it's based on my background and me being familiar. Like, I've been nothing raised around men. And I know how men think and move and everything. That don't mean I treat the men I meet as such. Like, oh yeah, because you got that bitch or you fuck with that girl. I'm not going in there with the intent of that. Because that's not what I do. And I'm not gonna get nowhere doing that. So, you know, I always feel a guy out.
Yeah, so Ace, how you feel about this? You think dating is easier as you get older or harder?
I would say for me personally, dating has gotten much harder out here because it's not a lot of quality out here. Like I'm trying to remember if it was quality back in the day. I don't know.
I wasn't looking for quality.
I wasn't looking for quality back in the day. So I don't know, but I think now that I'm looking for a quality woman, it's definitely hard because most women out here, they not looking to settle down. They out here. You got articles coming out about women not being trustworthy, they cheating in their relationships. So you really gotta sit down and
you sassy for even saying that.
Somebody's telling lies.
That is not sassy.
Women, we're complaining.
I know.
How are you saying you can't find quality women and we're saying we can't find quality men? Like, what's going on?
Men have it hard, though.
The disconnect is because women's standards are way higher than it should be sometimes.
Let me clear it up. When I said I had that list, didn't mean like I didn't entertain, like have a conversation with someone that wasn't on that list, but it all boils down to like who would get first conversation.
You know there's women that saying I will not talk to you unless you send money to my Cash App.
No, that
shit is real.
Crazy. That's crazy.
But let me tell you something.
That's crazy.
I actually respect sometimes how certain men move with females because for like 2 years I had my brother's Instagram and he used to just tell me, just watch my DMs. And the way women would carry themselves, I honestly respect how men would move with them because it was disgusting, the shit I used to see. I'm talking about the girl knew he knew her man and she would still link him. Like, this was this man, like, I called you a friend or whatever, but where was your boundaries as a female?
Right.
So don't get mad when he start treating you a certain way, sweetheart, because you moved a certain way.
Because that's what you qualify for.
Yeah.
Understand, there are certain things that people qualify for and they get the treatment based on that. If you're in somebody's DMs saying that you got to cash at me first before we could talk,
that's a wrong message.
Have the expectations that they're going to treat you based on what you qualify for.
I think so.
Period.
Yeah, I think y'all made some great points. And I kind of agree with Ace. As far as I think dating has become more difficult as you get older, because when you're younger, you have the time to entertain multiple women or multiple people in your example to find out who's the best compatible partner, right?
Right.
When you get older, you don't have as much time to
Mhm.
entertain multiple people. So now you gotta
Your
fixate
mental
it on
capacity don't even work.
one or two people, and then you don't get to build. It almost feels like you don't get to build that that bond with them because everything is so expedited nowadays. Because we're older, you know, the women are our age, they're older, they're trying to hurry up and have this child because they don't want to get to the point where they possibly can't have as many children. So now it just feels like everybody trying to expedite the relationship, and then nobody, it just feels forced. You know what I mean? So even what you said, I respect the boundaries that you had, but sometimes it can come off a little bit strong if you meet a woman and she's like, well, these are my lists. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen some dating profiles where you just go on the shit and there, well, if you got to have this, my children come first. Just know that my children come first. You will never be first. And like, it's a whole bunch of shit. And it's like, God damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, can we even vibe?
Them Instagram bios be a little bit too much.
I'm like, yo, can we just vibe and fill each other out first without feeling like I have to automatically be your boyfriend from the beginning? Like, I've just met you. Like, is either you're my boyfriend or that's it, because I'm not wasting my time. You know, some men are like that as well. So I think it is a little bit.
Not to mention, dating is fucking expensive these days, man. You can't go on no simple dates no more. If you take a woman on a simple date, she's like, oh yeah, you ain't got
What
no
is
money,
simple though?
Like, for me personally, I'd rather just go get a drink with somebody just to fill you out to see if we could even go on another date. You know what I mean?
But you would do that. Some men are cheap and they do that just because they don't
but
want
somebody
to
might consider me cheap because I want to do that.
But how we knowing that? How we know that
that
he's being cheap because he just want to get a drink?
Listen, I'd rather go to I usually for the first kind of meetup or whatever. I'm like, let's meet at Starbucks or something like that, or let's meet at a park, like something simple, because I need to know if I'm actually feeling you enough to go forward. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I definitely understand. We're in a recession. Dates are very expensive, and certain dates you really don't get to know a person. If we go to the movies, I'm not gonna get to know you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We
fact.
need to be doing something active that's gonna really show me how your mind works, how you think. You'll get to see how I think. It really will show you if you're really into this person based on doing certain things. And so sometimes sitting down and having dinner is just not it.
But then they want to ask you out to go to the club. I had a guy ask me out to go to the club
I ain't never
for the first day.
Weird.
Yeah,
that must be a promoter.
I met you at the club.
He sent me a whole. I'm like,
you ain't never lied. That must be a promoter.
Some
The
promoters,
thing, and it's a
they
club.
will do that.
Yeah.
Was it like a? Was it like a?
It's a nightclub.
Was it like? Oh, okay, never mind.
It's a
I thought it
nightclub.
was like a lounge or something.
It was
like
not a lounge. It was a
something
club.
like that. Like,
I have never been
I
to
don't know
a
how
club
it's a
in
date.
years.
Like,
I see certain dudes do that as they ain't got nothing else to offer, so I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna look like the nigga there. I look like the nigga when I go to this clubs. Everybody knows me. I get bottles. It's corny, but you know what I'm saying? That's how you know.
I love the simple thing. Like, I'm an active person. Like, I live in a gym. I work out. So you could take me anything that's competitive. I like simple dates.
I like gym dates.
If a
gym dates?
Yes,
Oh,
I like gym dates. Like going to the gym together. I like that.
As
like
a date?
For the first date?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm
I
in the
I
gym.
can tell a lot about you based on that.
Nigga definitely gonna tell a lot about you too. All right,
Or you need help with that?
That's gonna tell her whether she want to be around that guy. If he start being all extra aggressive, you need help
that's
with
true
that.
too.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
definitely.
We can actually talk and we can actually, because going to the gym is so important to me. So I need to know how much you value going to the gym, being healthy, and then we can kind of talk, we can see people, we kind of people watch, make little jokes or whatever. I get to get my workout in, and then I also get to see how you working out. So.
No, I don't like that for gym. Because when I'm in
that's
the zone, I'm in the zone. Like, I'll be, you
got your headphones on.
I do. Yep.
Don't bring your headphones at this time.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you a question though. You said if you're talking to somebody and they tell you they talking, most people do you think it's healthy to have them as a friend, even though their intentions was to get
No. That's not what I meant. I meant if I meet a guy and he's telling me from day one, listen, I don't want no girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want no girl.
But he's hollering at you.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's not interested in being in a relationship. And he tells me from the gate, I respect where he is. I'm not going to argue with you about what you should want. And I'm also not going to try to prove to pick me. I'm just going to, I feel like we can have a good friendship and see if it will blossom later on down the line.
I don't think friendships could build with somebody that's already attracted to you, trying to get with you.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's me.
That-
You get what I'm
I
saying?
digress.
That's true.
I disagree with that.
How often has it worked for you? Like,
I
What?
disagree with
The
that.
friend zone.
yeah, y'all
the
friends,
guy-
and then y'all
Um,
see if it turn into something.
No, okay. To be even more honest, I'm usually not really that invested at that point. But again, I'm not gonna be confrontational. Like if you tell me what type of time you're on, I respect it.
So you
but I'm not
sugarcoat
kinda,
it basically, so
So it's
not
not-
hurt his feelings.
It's not really like a friend; it's like an acquaintance, like basically.
right,
Like, okay,
exactly.
all right.
You
Not
know
trying
what I
to-
mean?
oh,
And
yeah,
I can respect that, but that's not what I'm looking. That's not what I'm looking for. But I can respect where you are, and if I was in that zone where I'm not trying to be serious, we could possibly see what it could be. But right now, I know what I want, and so I don't want to waste your time or my time.
So has that ever turned into like a sneaky link later on?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a sneaky link type
Period.
of person. Like I'm not really. That's not really my thing.
Mhm.
First of all, it takes a lot for me to just even like somebody or be attracted to somebody. So I don't really get into the situations where I'm gonna have like a sneaky link because it takes a lot for me even to be attracted to somebody. So it's just like I see you around, and I'm always gonna be kind. I'm always gonna be nice to you. But you're not.
You know
really
that's gonna be a problem
on the
with the
radar.
man that you're talking to though. Like if he know that's just he was fulfilling you and you keeping him around as a
Oh
friend.
no! Because as soon as I have a man, everybody
Everybody
no,
blocked?
I'm
Okay.
Listen,
No,
my man come first.
We're on the same page. We're on the same page. All right, just making
Good
sure.
luck.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit
Good
later.
luck.
But let me get to this next topic. Do people use their zodiac signs to justify their poor behavior? And when I say people, I usually mean women.
Oh.
But yeah.
I was just about to
I know
ask.
guys
just in
do
general.
it.
Now
Huh?
there are some guys that
I know
do
guys
be,
that do that shit.
that
That's
do be into
corny
their
though,
zodiac.
but, yeah.
I don't know many like that, but
Yeah.
what's your thoughts?
I think it's two types to a sign, and people always base it off, to generalize it. Oh, because you're a Sagittarius, you're this way, or you're a Cancer. I don't think that people should be basing it off their signs, though. Like,
What about people? Because usually I hear this, on the shows a lot of times when, especially, I broke the nigga car window, but it's the Pisces in me, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
First of all, don't say that about a Pisces.
Oh,
We
shit,
don't
my
do
fault.
that.
My
Okay?
fault.
see, that's a generalized thing. Like,
Yeah.
I met people that say, that's what made me go, like, stop saying things on signs. Because
Yes.
when I tell people my sign, they be like, really?
What
Because
is your
I met
sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sag, Gemini,
I'm a
Pisces.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm a Libra.
But,
Oh,
and
Libra.
people go, they'll say something like, I never met a Sag like you. Because we're not the same.
Right.
Right.
I'm my own
The sign is
person.
not nothing. I'm my own person. I had a whole different background from that Sagittarius,
Right.
So I'm not going to move the same as them.
You're right.
I think it's corny. Personally.
I think now there may be little characteristics
are
that we
similar.
share
Yeah.
that could be like, oh, okay. Like if somebody say, yo, I cut this person off, that's just how Leos are.
Mhm.
And they be like, word, I be cutting people off too. That may be something y'all just got in common and y'all want to use y'all sign for that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that whole generalized for your behavior is
Mhm.
whack to me. No.
There's some grown ass.
Roll your
men
ass up.
They'll be like heavy. Like they have their sign in their bio, and I'm like, if I see your
Niggas
sign in your
got
bio,
Nah,
That's
you'd be
crazy.
surprised.
big fat
Nah.
Leo, big fat Sagittarius.
I think
Yeah.
mostly women do it. And again, it's corny. You broke his windows because you're emotionally immature.
Sure.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do
Because you crazy.
with you being
Crazy.
a Capricorn
That's
or
crazy.
Aries or any of that.
Word.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I tell people, don't do something you wouldn't like somebody to do.
Do to you.
If you break that man's car, he
Mm.
should break your car too.
Right.
That's
Shit, he going to
behavior.
jail. Don't do it, fellas. Don't listen.
But
Yeah, he gonna definitely
Yeah.
jail.
But you
Like,
see,
Word.
No,
what it is
ever
like.
call the cops first going to jail.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Not
I seen it
always.
happen.
No.
So if the cops come, like, oh, he broke my shit too. He not going to
No, whoever made that call first. I'm dead serious. I seen it
That's
happen.
crazy.
I'm not
Okay.
breaking
Maybe
nobody's car.
probably in some cases. I think usually, like I said on the show, or just when we talk to women in general, it is usually the women who are very big. As soon as they meet you, what's your sign? Automatically they start judging you because based off either what they read.
I've
and-
asked people
Let me
what
tell
their
you
sign
something.
is.
That's where you get one track minded with that because it's so funny. I used to say to myself when I was a little younger, I'm never dating this sign again. How ignorant is that? Because that
That's
nigga is not the
crazy.
same as that guy.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yo, and you will pass up a great opportunity based off a
that
goddamn
list.
sign that you know nothing about, just what you read in articles. Like they follow that page. I see it so often. That Bruhia or Bruja, whatever that lady name is.
Yeah, I know
and
you're
she
talking about, yeah.
posts that, and girls really value every day. They post her daily. And I read some of the stuff that she posts, and I be like,
And that could be anybody.
That could be anybody.
That's like
That
Miss
could be
Cleo. Like
anybody.
she used to be saying the most general shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers like, yeah. After she unasked you all the information she needed to know,
Yeah.
then she be like, oh yeah, but you lost a loved one, right? How'd you know?
How'd you
You just told me 5 minutes.
Everybody knows.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo.
yeah, I think that's how I think sometimes about zodiac signs, and not saying there isn't some similarities there with some people,
Right.
but to try to say more people are similar based off of a zodiac sign and when they was born instead of genetics and DNA, and then people don't even notice.
Upbringing.
Right.
People don't even notice. There's really 13 zodiac signs, and in some cases, there's actually more than 13. But in general, there were 13 zodiac signs. These scientists, for some reason, whatever, decided to take it out because they felt like there's 12 months and it didn't make sense. You can look it up. Look it up on Google. I know y'all gonna fact check it, but again, I think it's very childish to put people, and especially women, y'all be these experts in zodiac signs. Y'all got
They be.
Y'all
Y'all is plural.
Sorry,
I may not agree with
I'm
that.
sorry.
Oh,
Y'all got this
we
women's.
represent them.
They be having this women's
Right now.
intuition, and for some reason, y'all still choose poorly in men. Like, how y'all got all this information apparently, and still choose poorly? Like, you know what I'm saying?
not
So
even
I
argue
agree.
with that.
I can't even argue with you.
I'm not even gonna
That's
argue with
true.
that. I'm
if
so
y'all was
sorry.
so
That's
expert,
true.
y'all be able to know who's the right compatible man. Y'all would just go for those. Like, if my sign is compatible with this zodiac, then I'm only gonna date.
Right.
It seems simple, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I do
only-
think it's an excuse. You know?
Right.
Like people be like,
Funny.
oh, I can't date this sign because they my sign. And then I hear people that be like, my parents have the same birthdays and they've been married for 30 plus years.
Right.
That's like-
Right.
You know what it is too, but let's call it spade a spade. Because
Mm.
sometimes, there are, like you said, there are certain characteristics of like, certain signs.
Mm.
And I've seen it, but you still want to give that person like the opportunity. But when you still do, it's like, okay, now all y'all just stupid. Because basic communication skills, come on now. Like, you don't need to be a freaking asparagus. God damn it.
What about even like people just reading into the shit, becoming what they're reading? Oh, so it says a Taurus is supposed to be
Be like-
Put in their head,
strong-minded.
yeah,
And then you're like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
let me stop listening to this. It told me to be strong-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a
Like,
Taurus.
yeah. Like,
true.
no.
It's a rock.
Like,
That's so true.
people like start to,
That's a
feel like
good
they have to become whatever that shit says they are.
And then I feel like it's so fake because like they always try to guess like Eli's sign every time they come here.
Yeah.
And like Eli be like, yeah, guess. And then whatever they say, Eli be like, yeah, how'd you know?
Let's try
man?
that.
Like,
Let me try that. Eli, let me see. Let me look
We
at
didn't
you.
ask him that.
But I be lying, and they be like, "Oh, I knew it." Then they try to go. I knew you wasn't that sign. Like you were just agreeing that I was that sign. Like you know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like, what are you, like a Gemini or Pisces?
No.
Okay. See? Wrong.
See why you gave it away? I was gonna try to trip them up. Now you gonna give it away. Like you know what I'm
Let me
saying?
look
He
at
wouldn't
Like,
trip me up because I don't care about that.
You're an Aquarius.
For the record, we did not ask that when we got
Are you an
here.
Aquarius?
I don't care about none
She
of
got
that.
him live on camera. That's the first. That's the
First of all, she don't watch the show.
You're-
Like, you know what I'm saying? She on seen.
No. Are you an-
check the browser history. She don't see. that.
Are you an Aquarius?
I'm an Aquarius.
I know you're an Aquarius because Aquarius is.
She did it.
God damn it! There we go.
I know. Okay, let me
There's
tell you.
always one.
That's what I'm saying. Like the. Sorry, I'm Jamaican, y'all. So sometimes my word,
I definitely heard it.
my the characteristics.
the characteristics.
Characteristics. Don't make me a meme.
Might be.
There are some similarities in it, and like I've interacted with Aquarians and the
Aquarians.
demeanor and
Oh, you're an
oh my
Aquarius.
god.
I never even heard that. Like,
Okay,
That's what they
Aquarius
call
people.
That's what they call
Aquarians.
y'all.
I guess.
That's actually smart.
Aquarian.
I'm
Listen, let me get to this next topic. Yo, hit that like button, man. Like this is some dope conversation.
Word, the Aquarian said
subscribe.
so.
Yeah, if you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Let me get to this next topic.
Yes.
Dating pet peeves. Do y'all have any?
Don't start with me because I'm on the scene. These are you in the
All right.
I'm
So
single.
for me, it was a joke, but it kind of made sense. One of my friends said, she don't want to see
Oh my god, girl.
when
It's
a
me?
guy bend over. No, not
Oh.
you.
And you see his ass crack.
And you see his ass crack. That's what happened to me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Pull your ass
Where's
up.
how's your ass crack hanging out?
And you felt it. And you felt the wind.
You
Yo,
What's going on?
was he fat?
No.
Oh, I feel like that's only like a fat people thing. Like, I don't know.
That's
What?
insane.
That's funny as
But
hell.
my
Like,
thing is like,
He
when
got
I
no
seen it,
drawers
I
on?
was like, oh yeah, why is your ass crack out as a man? And I'm like,
It's giving. Yo, we gotta add that to the list. The sassy list. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sassy. Like, yeah.
for me,
That's funny as hell.
and it's not because, mines are good, but if you got jacked up teeth and your breath stink, that's a big turn off to me.
Yeah,
sure.
breath
Okay,
stink.
okay.
Heavy.
Because, I'm going to just be like, hey.
You leaning in for a kiss?
Like, everything going to be like the nose is just going to keep flaring up.
Got that gingivitis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't like off him or mint or gum?
Oh, I definitely do,
Oh,
with
alright,
no
alright.
problem.
But sometimes a mint or gum is not enough. It's
Exactly,
something internal.
Yeah.
Something internal.
Need some
You
root
know?
You know, you need to floss. They got that shit stuck in their
Thank
teeth.
you for saying that. And you are a man. Like,
Right.
men need to floss. I've been in dentistry for 7 years.
Oh,
Okay.
alright.
And when that's a different topic.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Okay.
real. You gotta floss.
So when it
That
comes
shit out
on
there.
to teeth, your breath,
Mhm.
come on now. Like,
food
you don't
there.
need somebody to tell you, come on now. Come on now.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
need
fair.
to floss. Stop saying, oh, but I have nothing stuck in my teeth. But that's a different topic. Let's
He
go.
said conversation that need to be had.
Dentist talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
So
When
what-
was the
what-
last time?
triggered her.
So what's some other pet peeves I got?
Basic communication skills. I cannot stress this enough.
Mhm.
Men feel like when we say we want communication, okay, you're gonna have a therapy session, you're gonna lay on the couch, I'm gonna offer you tissue. No. Basic. I text you, you're busy, or I called you, you're busy. Hey, let me hit you back. Like, what? Basic. Something like you got caught up, we were supposed to do something. Basic. Hey, I'm so sorry, blase, blase. I'm busy too. You're not the only person. That is my biggest pet peeve.
And fellas, if you busy, do not give them a time limit when you're gonna hit them back.
I
Don't be like, yo,
agree.
I'm gonna call you back in 5 minutes.
I
They
agree.
will count. They're gonna have that motherfucking counter on. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm
4
saying?
minutes
Like,
and 59 seconds.
Yeah, you said 5
I
minutes.
will.
Count
I
down
will.
begins
Like-
now.
I will.
Alright.
I will for sure. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. And also, I do not like when a guy feels like he prejudges you as a woman based on his experience with certain types of women.
Mhm.
I don't like it.
That's
I
what-
don't do that to you. This is a clean slate. So you coming into this, I'm not gonna prejudge you. Don't prejudge me.
Yeah,
You don't know me.
I don't like that either. I don't like
Day and
the
age.
borough judge.
Oh, you're from
Harlem.
Yeah, right?
Oh, you a Bronx? I don't like that.
I don't know, the Bronx, you might be-
that might be pretty
Yeah.
accurate. I ain't gonna lie to
Oh
you.
no, I get
No.
the you're Jamaican? Oh.
I don't know.
You
That might
know
be
what they
accurate
said
too.
about-
I ain't gonna lie.
You know what they say about
So-
Jamaican women.
Let me ask you a question. What boroughs are we from?
I'm
Brooklyn.
from Queens.
No, what boroughs are we from?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
y'all
no,
from-
well, I just gave
Since
it
you
away.
said it may be accurate, what boroughs do you get us from?
Y'all getting uptown vibes.
Uptown, like what?
I don't know. I just would say
Harlem.
uptown Harlem. Yeah,
Harlem.
Harlem.
From Harlem? Okay,
Uptown.
cool.
I'm not sure.
She give me Queens vibes. I ain't gonna.
Really?
See?
Yeah.
Y'all are so wrong.
And everybody's wrong.
Everybody's wrong.
She's from
That's why I
Queens.
said I hate to prejudge. You
I'm
like
from
y'all be
Harlem,
accurate
and
about
she's
the
from
No, I
Bronx.
said
I'm
no.
from
Okay.
Bronx.
No,
I
we
said
said
uptown.
we said accurate about the BX. Nah,
But
if
you
y'all from
weren't,
the-
because you told me I was from
No,
Harlem.
we
Oh, oh.
we
No,
talking
no,
about
no, we
once
saying
they know
like-
that you from the Bronx. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
if you
we have
from the
people like,
Bronx,
yeah, I'm from the
then you
Bronx.
could tell that. That's what we were saying.
Listen, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. Big up yard.
I think I only got like a couple, but I think I hate people that be in a phone. Like when I'm in a relationship, like women that's in a phone constantly.
Damn, you hate
That
every
shit-
woman.
Oh,
No,
shit.
no.
Not
That shit really
If
irks
she
me. Like,
uses her
Y'all
phone
stay on
for
them
that,
phones.
that
I'm
bump you.
not talking about for
No.
business. I'm talking about you
In
just on
general,
social
I have
media.
two
you
Like,
phones.
can't just speak.
like, I'm with you, and you just you still having a conversation with me, but you still feel need.
Yeah,
that's
that's
rude.
that.
that to
rude.
me is
That's
it really
rude.
irks
That's
me. I
rude.
think
Yeah.
I
For
hate
dating, right? Like you're
and,
dating,
like, you're
getting
dating,
to know
yeah.
someone, right?
Yeah. I think I hate people that's not. This is just in general, but I hate people that's not punctual. Like not even punctual, but I would say
That's your number one.
Yeah, that
I
is.
hate- 'cause I
We
feel
would
like-
get along.
Huh?
Like time management?
Yeah, like a lack of
Yeah.
punctuality.
Don't be like him.
Yeah.
He's
man,
fucking annoying with
No,
it.
I don't like that
Nah.
either. But I think it's because of
Motherf-
my jobs I used to do that makes me like
That's
with
not
time
no
management.
If you
tell
say-
me you're gonna be on a certain time, you gotta
I'ma
be
be
there.
there.
If
I'ma
I
be there,
say,
like, you know
if
what I'm
I say, yo, I'm having a family gathering, pull up, Eli's at 5 p.m. He's
He's
there
coming
at 4:59.
4:55.
Yeah.
He like, yo,
Yeah.
So we got that
Start
kind
your-
of
First-
First of all, no.
Yes,
No.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Early, no. I'll be there on time, but I
On
won't
time,
be there
right?
15 minutes early. Like,
No, I
but I'm-
said the minute before. I said 4:59. It started at 5.
Yeah.
You parking
that
like
might be
Yeah.
true.
I hate that
I
whole-
taking it.
colored people
But I
time
just
thing.
like if I'm on a date, if I'm dating, I'm telling you, I'm gonna pick you up at a certain time, and you got me outside waiting. That shit.
What
I'm
is
in
the
front of
grace
your
period?
house.
Yeah,
Grace period.
I'm in front of your
Yeah.
house.
That shit
I
do
told you I'm
irk
gonna
me,
be
bro.
there in 20 minutes,
Mm.
and you still not. That shit irks the
Especially
fuck
if you're
out
not
of
telling
me.
me
Yeah,
that
there
you're running
gotta be
late,
like a
bothers me.
grace
It's
period.
the
Like, let me know
Aquarius
in
in
ahead of
you.
time, like, yo, I'm
It
running
must
late.
be. It must be the Aquarius.
But I
in me.
was running late, right?
So
Did
my,
I text you?
But
I
the first time,
communicated that.
the first time you get that. But if you constantly doing that, I feel like you're
No.
not valuing my time.
My
Right.
You know what I'm
babysitter
saying?
was
So
late.
I
then
respect that,
that's
though.
when it becomes like an
And
issue.
it was traffic.
a pet peeve for me. So I got a recent pet peeve because I didn't realize that I had this pet peeve, but I don't like when someone wants to argue and we just started dating. That's a big red flag for me. Like to actually, because first of all, I don't like arguing anyway. Like I don't like to get into confrontation. So if we
Oh,
just
your name
met,
Ace.
huh?
He's the same way. I don't mean to put his business out there, but
Yeah, I really don't like that.
Yeah.
So I cut them off immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah, what you got to argue about in the date?
Yeah,
I
that-
just
that-
let
that-
it right, like
I think
that's
like
a red
people
flag.
that's
It's
too
been a
like
honeymoon stage.
overly opinionated. Like you know,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
that's just like you just want to. I think people that compare like love to compare your
Mhm.
current relationship to an ex or I hate
I
that's
hate
a pet
that.
peeve.
Right.
Like, you know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
God.
Like that should be irking.
I got a few though.
The
Women,
boundaries he's talking about.
Okay.
sweaty women. I don't like to see the ring around your underarms.
I'm
or,
sweating right now.
Oh, God. I'm hot, but I'm
would-
not.
Pet
it's no-
peeve, I'm
it's
telling you.
no-
I don't like the
I'm
drip
sure.
on your forehead. Like clean that up, man,
She
please.
can't sweat.
I'm serious. I'm not a fan of it. Hairy women, you get what I'm saying?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you know you grow hair, make sure you get it cleaned. I don't want to see a chinny chin chin. And another thing is a female calling me bro. Like you my lady, I'm not your motherfucking bro.
What?
Right.
Women call their man bro
Are you
all
kidding
day.
me?
The younger girls, not us.
No.
I've never.
Women-
The young girls. Yes.
I
we had
see it.
an
I get
episode like
disgusted.
that.
Like,
Shorty was like, yeah, he
ugh,
my
go.
bro. I'm Rick
What?
Ross and he Meek Mill or some shit. Like,
What?
It's so not feminine. It's not
Yeah,
feminine.
yeah.
That
So
bullshit.
and women that sit like
Those good ones.
niggas all the time, I can't deal with that either. I'm sorry.
God
Yo, man,
damn, like,
What
So
is
you
she a
sit
ball
late, like-
player?
no.
No, that doesn't mean nothing because my cousin, she played pro ball.
Sanaya Lathan
And
still sat
she-
like a lady. I ain't gonna hold you. I
Hell
watched
no,
Love
she was in that
No, she
movie
was
like
like
this.
this. And then she fixed herself.
Yeah.
How
But when
mad
she
she
grew up-
like, yo.
She got a man and she switched that shit up, right?
Yeah.
And my cousin, she wear
She
heels
did.
off the court all the time. And she played professional WNBA ball.
mean,
And I loved her
you
for
gotta
that.
know how to switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she switched up crazy.
And all those things, those are like men stuff. Sweaty niggas, bro, chin hair. That's a nigga. Everything I named
Yeah,
was
chin
like
hair, yeah,
nigga
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but I
women
don't
don't
like a
look like
sweaty
don't
so even
look
at the
at me
gym,
like
you don't
niggas.
want her to sweat? Like,
I mean, you gotta.
That's
Women have
crazy,
the little towel tap tap tap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like
Don't come
I
to
just
my
don't
gym.
want to see the ring around the rosy. Like I'm not into
Shorty
it.
never been sweating when y'all had sex type shit? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not into all that sweaty. You gotta.
This is weird for
Do
me.
you sweat? No.
Yeah,
He does not.
I do. I'm not. I'm just saying like. I'm not saying you can't sweat. I'm just saying like when you got that big water drip on the side of your face and you know it's there, wipe it off.
Wipe it off.
Stop you're not Michael Jordan in Game 6. Take that shit off your forehead.
Right.
Even if
That's
she's
what I'm
working
saying.
out.
I didn't think
Yo,
that you
I'm
could
saying
still
I'm
surprise
Even
me
doing
at
sex?
this point in our lives.
Yo, bro, I'm
but-
just saying. Like I
You
said,
find
I'm
a
not
way,
saying
bro.
you
Like,
cannot
you find a way.
sweat.
You find a way.
I'm not saying you cannot sweat. I'm just saying be.
Bro, she just said during sex. And you like, oh, I can't do that.
Nah, I'm
Get up,
just
get
saying,
up, get
like-
up. You're sweating too much. Get up, get up, get up.
We gonna have to switch positions.
I'm not looking at
I
that
don't-
sweat. Turn around.
My son fanning her like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why fucking, like, yeah.
I'm not saying you can't sweat. I'm just saying like.
You better not let me see you
No.
sweat.
Yo, what about H? You had any?
I think y'all pretty much said my pet peeves, but my biggest is hygiene, and that's all around. Like, it can't be your breath, your hair, especially
Not the
like,
Not the boom.
your
boom.
armpits, nothing. Like
Mm.
everything gotta be fresh. You know what I mean? And I hate complaining. Like you complaining about every
Nothing.
little thing. Like
Be
we get
nothing.
there, oh my god, like why we got to wait so long? Like yo, you just chop it up and the wait will be here in a minute. Like what you complaining about? Like you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and people are rude to service people.
Oh,
That's one of my big
that's
things.
another big one.
You
Like,
won't
do
even
not
get,
be
like,
rude
another
to
day.
somebody that's
Yeah.
handling my food
Food?
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
My food too.
And
won't
you
get
ain't
another
paying.
and you
And
ain't
you ain't
paying.
paying.
Like,
quiet.
relax.
Word.
Yeah, I've seen.
But even if you are, they
girls
still
who
handling
went
your
crazy.
food. I had a friend who went on a date with a female, and he told me the girl was like, where's the fucking butter? I was like, did you get up? Because I would have walked away after that. I personally would have got up after that. Like,
That's
I'm
too
going to the
much.
bathroom, sweetheart. I'll be right back. And left. I would have left.
Me
Damn,
personally,
like,
even if my order wrong, if as long as it's good, I'm still eating it, bro. Like, it's not a point. I was like,
all right, see now, I ain't gonna make a big deal about it, but
People
I ain't
wanna
about
be
to
motivated.
rude.
I ain't
Like,
sending shit back. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
These people are
Yeah,
rude
you need a
now.
girl. This is why you need a girl, because they definitely will send you. Excuse
Yo.
me, he got the wrong.
I was
But not even
wrong.
But not like
that.
rude,
I mean,
like,
I'm not even saying that's rude,
Hey,
but
hun.
Nah, I just say take it off the bill and I won't eat
Yeah.
I was at the restaurant.
because I'm not paying for no shit.
Yeah, that was me.
I think I might have ordered salmon, and they brought me like, I don't know.
tilapia. Or some
Yeah,
shit,
some
but-
shit, but and she was like, "That's not what you ordered." Excuse me. I was like, "Yo, it's cool, bro. It's good. It's good." I'm
Listen,
still
I won't
good.
say nothing, but when we leave, I'm gonna write a Yelp review letting them know that you got my boyfriend's food wrong, and they gonna give us a discount. I'll be like, babe,
Yeah,
next
you gotta be
time.
more assertive,
we
my
eating-
boy. Like, yo,
we
come
eating there
on,
for free,
man.
don't
Man,
No,
I'll-
I'll be like, hey, hi, hon. Sorry, I think he ordered the salmon. They're like,
You know what they're gonna do? I can't stand this.
Nah,
They're gonna just walk out like
And
they're gonna
then
take it with attitude
drop
still.
that shit.
Okay,
drop
and
that
that's
shit.
I mean,
fine.
people don't like being
Minus
corrected.
tip.
Yeah,
The
true.
tip is earned.
Are you
not-
still giving them a
Gratuity.
tip?
Nah, I'm not. When,
Yeah,
Tip
he
is
did.
I'm not-
earned. Like
Yeah,
these
he
service
did.
people
Like,
also think
I'm
that
not-
because you
He did.
ordered, you have to
He
tip.
did, like, it was-
Stop
I'm not
putting
worried
my
about.
damn
I'm not worried
gratuity
about
in
what
my
they do
bill.
in your face. They could really. It's what they do back there, bro. That I can't. Nah, I ain't taking no chances, bro. But
Listen, if you be
Crazy.
nice, people. Sometimes people are
you
having a
could be
bad
nice,
day.
and it won't
And-
matter,
and
bro.
they
They
still
having a
do it,
bad
right?
day, and
Well,
they
you
gotta
being
go back.
aggressive not gonna make it even better.
I'm not gonna be aggressive.
Well, you're not, but you're
I
gonna be
think
like, yo,
it's not what you say, it's how you say things.
exactly.
That goes over.
I usually agree with y'all,
I'll
but
just drop
some
honey.
things you just can't control, man. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, I don't know
take-
about that. Anyway, man, we appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Again, let them know where they can follow you at.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at Kazeesh. That's
We gonna put it right here.
KEEESH.
There you go.
You can follow me on Instagram at CrownSkin. That's CROWNSKINN.
And you can follow me at It's Madison's Avenue. That's ITZ_Madison's_Avenue.
Clever.
Yo, make sure y'all cop the merch, Dailyrapupcrew.co. I mean, I ain't got one on
Yeah.
right now. But,
Those are cute.
yeah, make sure
Yeah,
y'all cop
they're
the.
really
Yo,
nice.
make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if y'all not already subscribed.
Yes.
Comment your favorite part, man. I'll be in the comment section. I ain't gonna hold you.
Facts.
And join a membership, YouTube membership, man. I almost forgot that. We got exclusive
Mhm.
access, behind the scenes footage,
Mhm.
new content, live streams. We got a ton of content over
The
there. so
real
make sure
story
you-
how Eli hurt his foot, man. Yo, go check that out.
Y'all
man.
might get that story, man. Like, I mean, so
Mhm.
appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we out here. So.
You feel me?